Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Gill Stadium. Tonight is Friday the 13th. My name is Scott Gross, and I'm here with Steve Largy, and it's a big matchup, Steve. Two big teams, two 5-1 records coming in to tonight.
5-1, two top teams in the state right now, top teams in the conference as well. This is a battle for number one.
Yeah, so it doesn't really get much bigger than that, and so we're waiting on the kickoff here. David Gibson, number 92, will be kicking off to Central. And our angle tonight, folks, just so you know, this is a tough stadium to film in. And Gibson kicks it off to the 20-yard line. And number 24 takes it. He's got some breakaway speed here. This could be trouble. He's got one guy to beat. And this is going to be a touchdown for Central High School on a kickoff return. And that's the first touchdown that the Goffstown special teams has led up all season long. And that just shows off the speed that they have. That was number 24, Jeremiah Rivera. Yeah, exactly.
Jeremiah Rivera is their playmaker. He's, Chandler's dangerous too. Neither guy you really want to kick to. And Rivera shows you just why there. He got 2 touchdowns last week, so he's picking up where he left off.
And that's really going to be the challenge for Goffstown, is the speed of Central. And they showed that off on the first play of the game. So Gibson kicks it off to Rivera, and he takes it all the way to the house. And we got an extra point coming up. And that's blocked by Goffstown. So a big block by Goffstown that holds it to a 6-0 lead. But in very, very quick fashion, Central makes a statement, and they put up a quick 6 points.
Yeah, that's Joey Poisson right there coming through the middle with that block. That's important, to change the momentum after what just happened.
Yeah. I think you're going to see a potentially very high-scoring affair here. If you look at the records of both Goffstown and Central, there's no doubt that Goffstown has a very stout defense. Central, on the other hand, has been letting up, but I think an average of almost 30 points a game.
But they score, Scott. So
yeah, they do. So
you're going to have to score right with them.
Right. And again, we talked about this earlier, Steve. If Central can get points off of turnovers or get points on special teams, which they just did, it adds a little bit more pressure to Goffstown. So you're going to have Chouinard. You'll have Duval. He's in the middle. And let's see. I think it's Colby Putnam is also back there. And they're awaiting at their 20-yard line for the kickoff from Central. And that looks to be number 57 for Central is Mike Tessier.
They had to find the tee. They got the tee.
They got the tee.
They're ready to kick. Probably weren't ready to score 6 right out of the gate like that.
So Goffstown kind of does this razzle-dazzle play. Let's see if Central will even kick it off to them. They're coming up really short, Goffstown is. So that's like an onside kick, fair catch. And Goffstown will take over, Steve, at about the 44-yard line. So that's probably not a bad move in a way. I would have liked to see them kick it a little bit further if I was Central. Giving the Goffstown the ball on the 44 isn't exactly the greatest thing, but it does alleviate, Duval touching the ball.
The chance to run it back. And I think, Ryan Ray, his coaching staff, they've watched some tape this week, so they know what Goffstown can do on special teams as well. So probably smart play. Coach Ray knows how to coach his kids up, and that's probably what they're going to be doing all night.
All right, we got 3 receivers trips to the right, and that's going to be the keeper, Charlie Keith, holds on to it, and he's going up the middle, and he gets to almost a first down at about the Central. It is going to be a first down, about the Central 46-yard line.
Keith continues to look comfortable more and more this season. When to pull, when to give that keep. Smart play on that first play.
And this is really going to set the tone, I think, for the entire night. Can Goffstown's offensive line, can they do their job against Central's line? And if they can, it could be a long night. And Keith goes back. He's rambling out, and he is going to toss it over to Duval, who takes it up the sideline, and he gets a big gain. He's going to be at the 22-yard line of Central. So that was kind of an interesting play. He rolls out to his right.
Designed rollout there for Charlie Keith. And, what happens there is Cam Duval just sits right at the sticks at that 10-yard mark, comfortable in that zone defense, and Keith is able to find him.
So Stinnett's in the backfield, and that's a handoff to Stinnett, and he cuts around the corner. He goes up the middle, picks up about 5 yards on that run.
Yeah, trips on the left side there, try to get outside, block those outside guys. A pretty good job of the line blocking up front, and then the outside guys taking care of business as well.
And Goffstown is going with the hurry-up offense, so they're not huddling, and that kind of keeps the defense on its edge. You know, they don't really get a chance to get a breather.
Right, and what you've seen is, you know, a little bit of weakness on the Central defense, so they're going to need to score points in order to keep pace with the Central
Duval
offense.
in motion, and Charlie Keith. Oh, Duval has it, and that's going to be a touchdown. Very easy, but I think we're going to get a flag. Probably a hold or a block in the back, I'm thinking. Looked like it was a block in the back.
Yeah, potentially Heidenreich out here on the right side is the guy that got flagged.
Yeah, he's got his head down, so let's see what we got. That touchdown will be negated. And I didn't see what they called. Steve, did you?
Have not seen a signal yet. Not sure they've given it yet, but it looks like it will be a holding. They're just figuring out how to march it off right now.
Yeah, it's 10 yards from the spot of, of the infraction. So rather than it being a 2nd down and 4, it'll probably more like a 2nd down and 14,
and
right?
the race is a touchdown, too. You mentioned Friday the 13th, and sometimes at Gills, this is a tricky place to play anyway. The hollowed haunts of Gill Stadium sometimes can come back to get you.
So Jackson Ed is to the left of quarterback Keith, and Keith holds on to it, and he goes up the middle, and he is going to get wrapped up at around the 15-yard line.
Keith again keeps it instead of handing up the middle. Central looks like they're pretty stout and they're reading run, which is allowing Keith to keep and get these chunks of yardage back. Now 3rd and short here.
I would venture to say that Goffstown will go for it on 4th if they don't get it here, and so far they've been able to pick up seems like 5 yards, right? So again, Keith in the backfield, he hands it off up the middle, and he's going to get stuffed, and that's not going to do it. He's going to be short of the 1st down. I don't think he got any yards on that. That was Jack Stinnett. Got wrapped up pretty quick.
Right, and again, I mean, they're reading in that situation too, but that's the right time to give, especially if it's 4-down territory here, which looks like the offense is staying on the field. So here we go, 4th and 2.
You know, it's a big statement for Central if they can hold Goffstown, because you know Central can put the points up. And they are not going to get it. So Central is stout on defense. That's a big statement by Central, and they hold Goffstown. They had 2 runners in the backfield, and it looked like there was almost confusion as to who was going to even get the ball.
Right, that's the type of play where it could have been designed, you know, either you give it or that's an option the other way when you have 2 guys in the backfield like that. Keith choosing to give it, you know, again, short yardage. You want to trust your line, trust your backs. Just not able to get it done in that situation.
So Central comes up big. Now they'll be on offense with quarterback Alex Hawcom. And they're going to have to watch out for, again, Rivera, number 24, big-time running back. And that's a handoff. And he gets stuffed by, it looks like a Duval comes in to make that tackle. Keep in mind here is that when you get past that 2nd line of linebackers and it's only Duval, he misses a tackle, it's touchdown city.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And they're giving it to the hot hand right now.
Yeah.
Rivera, again, 2 touchdowns last week, scored on the opening kickoff here today. They're probably going to give it to him early and often.
Yep. And really, this could be a game of, like, who scores more.
Mm-hmm.
We got like an I formation, another handoff, and that's going to be stopped. And
real close.
I didn't see.
Looks like he just gets the 1st down, maybe a yard. Yard over the line.
It's hard to tell. Yeah, he got it. So it's hard to tell from our angle where we're positioned. We're in the visitors' bleachers tonight at Gill Stadium. And one of the reasons, folks, is that trying to do a recording from the press box with the windows they have up there, we would be cutting off the shot quite a bit.
It's nice to be amongst the people, though.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
although the Goffstown crowd's a little quiet right now. They're a little stunned by that first touchdown. Central with the 1st down. And this is going to be a pass. And he's going to get quickly upended. Big hit by Poisson.
Hockham has been a hot quarterback. He's thrown 20 touchdown passes already this year. You've seen a lot. You'll see a lot out of Central in terms of formation. You've seen some eye. You'll see power eye. You'll see more spread than they've done in the past because of Hockham's arm. But that's the strength of the Goffstown defense too, is their secondary. So it could be a neutralized battle there.
So we got triple trips to the lower part of your screen, to the quarterback's left, and that's going to be a muff snap, and he throws it out to number 32, and he's going to get quickly gobbled up. So that was a pass to Mikhail Nama, and he gets quickly wrapped up for, I think, a loss of about a yard on that. It'll bring up 3rd down and 11.
Tough snap really hurts them there. I mean, they're trying to throw across the length of the field too from the other hash mark. That's a tough play. Goffstown gobbles it up for a loss.
And we've had our problems with snaps this season as well, and that just takes that 1 second of looking for that ball, screws up the timing for the quarterback. Looks like it's Rivera. He's the sole back, and they're going to pass again, not getting much pressure, and he's going to take off, and he's going to not get the 1st down. He's taken down at around the 32-yard line. He's going to be shy, I think, by a good margin.
That's right. He goes down early there, but that's probably smart for your starting quarterback. If you're a head coach, if you're Ryan Ray, you don't want to see your quarterback taking shots. Yeah.
So now we're going to see a punt, and we're going to see Chouinard and Duval. Goffstown doesn't really. They got a block punt last game, but they're not really. They looked really more to set up a run back. Short kick. And there will be no return here. And this is a lesson learned for Goffstown special teams, is that they have a tendency to stay too deep, Steve, which means that the ball goes in front of them and then you really can't pick it up.
Yeah, it's a conservative play there, but at the same time, you're just looking to take possession, and I think Goffstown's confident that their defense is gonna be able to stop Central today. So you're playing field position a little bit. And
then let's not forget, aside from that holding call, it would have been a relatively easy drive for Goffstown. They were picking up big yardage almost on every play. So see, we've got 3 receivers to the right, and we got Heidenreich at the lower part of your screen. Single back Jack Stinnett, and it's going to be a pass play, and he's going to be in trouble. He better throw that one away. He throws it, and it's another holding by Goffstown.
It could be holding. It could be an eligible downfield, too.
That play took so long to develop.
Yeah. It looked like the entire line might have been ahead of the throw in that situation. It was not a design screen either.
Yeah, that play took a really long time to develop, and you're right. Whenever that happens, there is a tendency for a lineman to sometimes get downfield. Let's see what the referee has to say on this one.
He's picking up the flag. No flag on the play.
And you're right, Steve. That might have been the perception of an illegal, like a lineman downfield.
And the claim might be is maybe they were setting up a screen in that situation.
Right.
What's interesting is you have 2 very disciplined teams as well-coached teams here, quarterbacks that probably not going to turn the ball over too much today.
So 2nd down and 9 for Goffstown. It's a screen out to Duval. He doesn't get much, and he gets gobbled up at about the 39-yard line. He picks up maybe 2 yards on that, 3 yards.
Javel Desir, the stop for Central. He's the other back in the backfield that you'll see offensively for Central as well. Dual threat guy.
So, Steve, interestingly on that, I mean, they're really putting pressure on Central to make, tackles that are, single tackles, open field tackles, I should say. And that's not easy on a guy like Duval.
No, you make one guy miss, and in that case, it's Desir. And he's off to the races, and he's gone. And they'll take that matchup all day if it's one-on-one.
3rd down and 6. Charlie Keith takes the shotgun snap, and he's going to get gobbled up, and he fumbles the ball, recovered by Central. So Central has made a statement here in the first quarter. They get a quick touchdown off the opening kickoff, and now Charlie Keith does not protect the ball. He fumbles it, and Central recovers at Goffstown's 35-yard line. So this is trouble for Goffstown. This is a This is unusual for Goffstown to be in this type of situation.
Yeah, not something they've had to deal with a lot either. Their offensive line has been so stout all year. Keith has been well protected. You know Central's coming out fired up for this game.
This is a really big game for Central. They win this game, they've got a good chance of winning the North. They got 2 big games ahead of them in Bedford and Winnicott, but that's a handoff to 24. He cuts through, but he gets gobbled up quickly. And I think that was Poisson again on that one.
Poisson
He's
on the
all
stop.
around the
That's
ball
right. Yep.
all the time.
Rivera with a nice cutback there. Probably gains a yard when he should have lost to.
Yeah. So Goffstown's pretty fortunate. I mean, they've got arguably 4, maybe 5 all-state players on defense. Poisson notably one of them. He seems to be all over the place.
That's a little bit of a Shrine game preview. You've got skill guys for Central that'll probably be suiting up at the end of the year. And you got guys all over the field for Goffstown
all right,
as well.
So we got a single back. So it could be a blitz coming here. Nope. Passes quickly out, and he goes out of bounds, and I can't tell where.
Looks about a yard short.
Yeah, a yard or 2 short. But again, this is an area where you're probably going to go for it on 4th down. So it's 3rd down and looks about 2.5 to 3 yards. But with Central's running game, you'd be foolish not to go for it on 2 tries anyway. So,
and Coach Ray usually likes to roll the dice as well, from what I recall. So probably 2-down territory. You'll probably see them in some sort of power eye here.
Yeah, this could be like an offensive festival here tonight.
3 backs in the backfield here.
Yeah, they're doing power run to the left probably, and they do. And he gets submarined. He's not going to get it on that one. So Goffstown does a great job with some defensive penetration. And really what was key there is that they seem to have read that was going to be a run play, and even Duval was way up. The scary thing on that one is that if you do a play action and you have like a tight end peel off, you're done.
Yeah, I mean, with Central and Coach Huff has, I'm sure, scouted them on film. When they line up like that, they're running. They're running.
Yeah,
they're looking.
running.
They're looking to smash that ball down, get that 2 yards.
So a big 4th down and 2. There's going to be a timeout here on the field. An injured player, number 58. Hopefully he is okay. And I don't even know who that is, because I don't even have him on my roster. Hate to see, at least he's walking off on his own accord, so that's good. So special thanks to Hugh DeBrule. He is our cameraman this evening. So thank you, Hugh, for volunteering on behalf of Goffstown Television. You and Mike Santoro, they are the play-by-play color people for Goffstown boys soccer, doing a fantastic job this year. And I think that, I'm not sure if the boys still have a possibility of a playoff. They do. Some things, chips have to fall their way, right? They need to beat Manchester West. So, okay, so here we go. Big 4th down. I don't see Goffstown's crowd not really getting into it here, which is a little unusual. So, again, there is only spread look, only wide receivers for Goffstown. There's going to be a blitz off the edge. And that's going to be a 1st down. And I'll tell you something. You got to give credit to Alex Hawkham. He threw that ball 40 yards across the field, only picked up about 5 or 6 yards. That's all he needed.
Hey, that's the scouting report on Hawkham. He's an accurate passer. He's got a great arm. He'll look to find those one-on-one matchups, and they're going to get the ball out quick because they know those blitzes are coming.
Puts a lot of pressure on Goffstown's cornerbacks to play tight coverage. And in that situation, they kind of laid off him a little bit. So now it'll probably go back to the running game. We'll see, but I don't see any running backs in the backfield.
They're
so
still
spreading
empty.
it out. Let's see if Goffstown can get a pass rush here. And it comes another blitz, and he lofts it up, and that's going to be nothing. And good no call on that one. That was, I think, Carter Schwinnard on defense, number 20, and he was defending, what was that, number?
I believe that's Gilmet.
Yep.
We have him as 6, but I believe Gilmet is 5.
Okay.
And Gilmet is their big target, inside the red zone type of guy. That's who they're looking for.
So you're all right, Steve. It's interesting because in the early part of this game, it was like, we're going to run, you better stop the run. And now they're doing like this spread offense. No backs.
Well, and I think they realize, too, they're running into a strong defense, a strong up front. They get 7 guys, 8 guys in the box here, so now it's time to spread them out.
Handoff, and that could be trouble, and he's got sucked up by number 52. I think that's Jake Brown.
Little jet sweep there by Rivera. You got to watch him anywhere he is on the field. He's
do I have Jake Brown's family here?
Very likely to get the ball.
Jake Brown's mom. Oh, so we got Brown. We have the law firm of Brown Poisson, the parents, I should say, right next to us. So we won't. 3rd down and 6 for Central. Now, number 3 is Javel Desir. He's in the backfield, single back. And it's going to be a pass play. And that's going to be dropped by Central. That ball was in his hand, Steve. It was
a little bit high, but catchable.
Yeah. I don't know if that would have been a touchdown per se, but that was close. So now it'll be a 4th down and 6, and it's going to be on their, what is it, 16-yard line.
16-yard line, yeah.
I don't know, I don't know if they have a kicker because he didn't really kick deep before. So I'm going to assume they're going to go for it. So a big stand here for Goffstown.
And watch out for Gilmet here, isolated down here at the bottom of the screen.
Single back for Central. He actually moved before that snap. And let's see if they can grab Holcomb. They can't. He fires it into the end zone, and that's not going to be caught. So Goffstown makes a stand. Now, there is a receiver in the back of the end zone for Central who was wide open. But Holcomb could not see him.
Couldn't see him.
And that's across.
He's rolling out. It's across his body. He really only has one chance to thread it into to the receiver that's double covered.
I mean, if he was Cam Newton, I think he would have had that.
Possibly.
Yeah.
That would have been even more incredible than the 40-yard throw he threw before.
So, Steve, don't say anything bad about Brown or Poisson.
Got it.
Okay. I don't know. Anybody other family members? Or Duval. Okay, don't say anything bad about those guys.
Well, we never would anyway.
We wouldn't. We are their biggest fans. And
Absolutely.
Now we got another guy here, Handrahan, Coleman, and so we have the
gang's
Handrahan
all
plan.
here.
Yeah. So far, folks, for those of you who have come a little bit late to the party, Charlie Keith holds on to it, and he's going to get thrown down hard by Central. I think that was number 32. Who was that?
Yeah,
Nama.
Mikhail Nama.
Woo!
On that backside.
Yeah, so for those of you who came a little bit late to the party, Central scored on a kickoff. It was about I'd say a good 80-yard kickoff return for a touchdown.
Jeremiah Rivera gets his hands on the ball the first time and takes it to the house.
And Goffstown did a good job in that first drive, but they got a holding penalty that prevented a touchdown, and now they're back at it. And it's a handoff up the middle, and that was to Stinnett, and he gets wrapped up. He picks up about 4 yards on that one. And now maybe 5, and that'll bring up probably about a 3rd down and 6, I'm thinking. I'm surprised that Goffstown has not tried to air it, put it through the air a little bit more. They've got really good receivers in Duval and Putnam and Heidenreich, and just they've probably got 6 guys who can catch the ball for Goffstown. And it rolls out. He's going to pass on this one, throws it to Heidenreich. And Heidenreich grabs it, and that's going to be a 1st down. That ball was thrown low.
Heidenreich does a great job there getting his hands underneath the football.
So Heidenreich scoops it up. That's one of the interesting things about Charlie Keith is that he throws these unbelievable seam passes, right on the dime. And then on ones that are like a pass out to the flat, he tends to throw it low or high. It's very odd, but
he's on the move there too. He's on the move. He gets set. He rolls. It's a great job by Heidenreich to also not go down, get 2 or 3 extra yards, not getting that knee down on the field.
But I tell you, Charlie Keith has developed really well over the course of this season, and he's really shown that he's got the legs and the arm, and that's going to be a handoff. And he hurdles over, and what a nice play by Jack Stinnett. And Stinnett picks up probably 7 to 8 yards on that play. I love the hurdle.
That's a great chunk on 1st down. That's going to be a highlight reel run, but what that does is it really makes things simple on 2nd down. That's what coaches love.
Yeah. It's almost as if Central is keying on Duval because Goffstown has not really put the ball in his hands too much on offense.
Well, you look at what you got on the outside too, Scott. They're going man-to-man out here, right? Everything's man up.
And that's going to be Stinnett, and he's got a big lane. He's going to be going. He's got probably a good 20-yard run. He gets down to the 36-yard line of Central. Jack Stinnett, what a fantastic run. And you know what? Great job by the offensive line.
Yeah, it's an 18-yard run. Great job, offensive line. Great job. You got 3 guys in the outside block, and here this time they do a great job of sticking with their men. And that's the end of the first right here.
All right, that was a quick first period, and Central has a 6-0 lead. Again, all on one play. The first play of the game, a kickoff return by Jeremiah Rivera. And so it'll be interesting to see what Goffstown does. They have had success here with the passes.
Yeah, and we thought shootout early, Scott. We thought this was going to be an air it out, high points, back and forth type of game. And right now the defenses are coming to play. They're showing us that, hey, we need to be talked about as well.
Yeah, I tell you, I think Goffstown kind of got slapped on the hand or the wrist a little bit by the Central team. Let's be honest. I mean, they put up a touchdown early on, and then Central stopped them on 2 occasions.
Right.
They had a fumble, and I think Central definitely had the momentum up until this drive. So if Goffstown can put some points on the board, that will be a good job in terms of momentum shift.
I mean, Goffstown with their zone read, what you're seeing is really good discipline out of Central in terms of not biting on every single fake. I think what you will see is that Goffstown start to take advantage of some of the one-on-one matchups. At some point, you're going to find Duval in space.
Yeah. And they try to get Duval in space on like those receiver screens, that type of thing.
You got a screen set up here for this trips down here, maybe a bubble.
Yeah, where he just takes a step back, catches the ball. And Stinnett carries the ball once more. Nice seal block there.
Yeah, he does a good job not hitting him in the back, too.
Yep. And he keeps going. Now, listen, I think everybody knew coming into this season, Steve, that you were going to have great plays out of Duval. You were going to have great plays out of Poisson. But I tell you, Jack Stinnett, in my opinion, has been really the player that has made the most impact at running back. He wasn't even sure he'd be the starting running back.
Well, it's a type of position where if you're making one cut and getting into the hole, you don't have to be the fastest.
Keith holds on to the ball. He goes right up the middle, and that is going to be a touchdown. Charlie Keith.
Great pull by Charlie Keith.
Touchdown, Goffstown, and they even it up at 6.
Hey, what happens when you give it 3 or 4 straight times on, to your running back, whether he gains yardage or not, is eventually they start to fall for the fake, and that's what happens.
And I tell you, the cheering section of Poisson and Handrahan and Duval, they were all and Brown were right next to them in the bleachers.
You heard them.
Very vocal.
Yes.
Very vocal. Here comes the extra point, and that is good. Goffstown takes a 76 lead. And I'm going to have Mrs. Brown, if you can grab two of those flags and maybe use them, okay, or give them to people so they can wave the Goffstown flags that are right there on the ground there. Yeah, go get them, yeah. Because they're right there, just give them to somebody in the stand so that we can use them, okay? I'm being dead serious because we want to put that on camera. Yeah. That's why we brought them.
Or planting the Goffstown flag here at Gill Stadium.
We want, especially on a touchdown, we have to cheer here.
A football Friday night in October, Gill Stadium does not get better, right?
Friday the 13th, so.
This is a historic, New Hampshire landmark in terms of high school football. All sports, really.
All right, so we got the flag. It's okay. Don't worry. It shows the school spirit.
It's actually a good shot right there.
Says Hugh DeBrule, our cameraman. He's worried about his angle, and that's the sign of a true.
That's a perfectionist.
Exactly.
Right there.
You got to respect that. And here comes the kickoff.
Rivera again,
and he hooks and he's going to get stuffed on this one, but he gets to the 38-yard line.
He got a chunk there, and again, he's athletic enough to bust one of those loose. You probably want to keep it away from that guy.
That's what I'm thinking. Goffstown's got to keep it away from him. So Steve, what do you smell right now? I smell some really good Chinese food, and it must be across the street.
I think is it garlic?
It's garlic.
It's
what?
garlic.
It's not vaping. It's garlic. It's garlic. It's not. It's like garlic vaping.
That's got to be a new flavor
Yeah.
of vape that I'm
So
not
what do we got? We
familiar
got
with.
Javel Desir behind the quarterback. He's the single back. 2 receivers on both sides. Here comes Evan Cuddy. That ball's thrown up, and that ball is wide open. I'll tell you, that ball floated, and I'm really shocked at that one. The ball was really, it was like a.
He fits it in there perfectly.
He just put it right in that seam. And, you know, I have to say, of all the plays I've seen Goffstown defend, that one just seemed a little awkward to me.
It's a seam in the zone, and not many guys can put it in there. Hawcom, again, one of the best in the state. He fits it right in there to Nama, who comes down with a great catch after getting a hit.
Yeah, no, to me, that was one that could have been intercepted. That's how long it was up in the air. And it's going to be a handoff to Desir, and he gets
Couple
stopped.
yards.
Yeah, about a yard or two, right?
Yeah, Poisson right there. Strong arm tackle there, trips up. Desir, does not allow him to get to that second level.
You know, when you get to this area of the field, though, Steve, you get to that, that 30-yard line, you always get into 4th down territory. So it puts a little extra pressure on your defense because, if you're on your own, if in your own area, you don't really go for it.
Yeah, and that's why 1st down becomes really important. You're only able to get 1 yard. It changes what you might do on 2nd and 3rd down.
Shotgun, and it's going to be another pass play. And he's wide open. And Jake Brown with the tackle at about the 10-yard line, but he was wide open in that seam again.
That's Rivera in the slot right there.
They're only rushing 3 guys.
Yeah, and they'll put him wherever. Again, that's an empty look. So you got 5 guys you got to cover. He's probably the one matchup you need to make sure you got locked down.
So far, the story of the game is the quarterback, Alex Hawcom, who has really done a nice job for Central.
Empty again, so look for something short.
And he gets the ball off pretty quickly. That's going to be a running
fumble,
and I
think
Moses
on it.
I think Moses picked that one up.
That's right.
So Goffstown is in there.
That's a quarterback handoff. The exchange there,
and
fumbled by Rivera.
Moses picked and recovered that ball. Look at him. He's pumped up. Adam Moses, they really needed that. Goffstown's defense needed something special there, and they were able to get it with a fumble recovery by number 64, Adam Moses.
Yeah, that's a big stop. Sometimes you get the stop. Sometimes the other team helps you out. Hawcom and Central, they've not really put the ball on the ground too much this year, so that's a big stop for Goffstown.
And they needed that. That ball was on the 9-yard line. They were cruising in for potential another score there. All right, so we've got Stinnett single back, and it's going to be a pass play to Stinnett. He drops the ball.
Yeah, it's a drop, but there's not much there.
He wouldn't have had much even if he caught it.
And they see these kind of one-on-one matchups. They're hoping their outside guys can block, and that becomes almost like a sweep play.
So I tell you, what I'm seeing here is the potential for a slant pass, just like what they've been doing against us, to maybe like a Colby Putnam or Schwinnard.
Well, here you got Duval in the slot, so let's see who matches up with him.
You got Putnam. He's closest to the screen, number 22. Schwinnard in between him. Duval's in motion. And Charlie Keith's going to be throwing the ball, and he throws it too, and it's tipped by number 5. Although we don't have a number 5 on our.
Yeah, it was tipped, and it's hard to say who he was throwing to there because you had Heidenreich and Duval both in the same area.
Yeah, it looked like it was Duval, but
some weird spacing on that route. Just receivers probably not lined up quite correct.
So a big 3rd down and 10. Central would love to get the ball back here. Another passing situation for Goffstown, and looks like they're trying to figure out what play is being called. So it's going to be trips to the right this time. We got Stinnett in the backfield, Colby Putnam, and it's going to be a run. And Charlie Keith turns the corner.
That's a great block
and he
on
keeps
the outside.
going. He's got to hold on to the ball, and he gets a 1st down. You know, one of the things that worries me sometimes with Charlie is that he throws the ball way out.
Loaf of bread.
Loaf of bread. He's got to tuck that ball in, especially when he makes that first initial,
got to get that eagle claw before you get hit. You know, we praise the running backs typically when they're running the football. That's a great block by Stinnett that creates that play for Keith. He seals his guy on the outside. Keith's able to tuck it in.
So first down for Goffstown. Stinnett's a single back, and Charlie Keith takes it up the middle, and he gets tripped up by number, is it 85? Number 85, Kyle Gothier.
Stinnett's a little gimpy here coming up.
That is not good.
That's an ankle.
That is not good. That is not good at all, and you can tell he's in a lot of pain.
Yeah, it's too bad. Right after that great block that creates that play for Keith.
He's in a lot of pain. Just I could see his head bobbing. So he's going to go over to the bench. He can't even put weight on it. That is not good, and it does not look good at all. It could be broken. Yeah, there's something not good there, guys. So we're not going to show that, I hope. So Jack Stinnett, he's injured, and in will be number 34 for Goffstown, Josh Juneau. Single back is Josh Juneau. We got two receivers, and that ball is thrown out to number 22, Colby Putnam. And Colby Putnam, he breaks free for a first down.
Hey, Putnam's been doing a great job on the outside, too, here, blocking these outside runs. He gets rewarded with a little ball on the outside.
So Josh Juneau played running back last year for Goffstown. He's not a surprise. He's a good running back.
No stranger to the offense here.
He knows the offense. So we got trips to the right, Juneau in the backfield, and on that read, it's going to be Keith, but he gets gang tackled at the line of scrimmage. And that's no gain. So it'll be a second down and 10 for Goffstown. They lead 7-6 against the Little Green.
That's a late pull on that run. I think Keith tried to make that read at the last minute. And there wasn't much there either way.
And that ball is thrown at Colby Putnam's feet. And again, that's what I was talking about before, where you don't really give the guy much of a chance on that. It'll be third down and 9.
And sometimes if you're used to running plays with the ones, you get another guy in there, changes the momentum a little bit of that offense.
Yeah. All right, single back Josh Juneau in the backfield, and it's going to be a pass play. He's going to get sacked, and he gets hit hard.
Yeah, he came off the edge.
Nobody
touched him.
That was Justice Brady. And he put the hammer.
He brought a little extra pressure off the edge there. They just didn't have the protection to block him.
You know, so this is one of these games where, you know you're going to be in for a battle at Central. It always is. No matter how good or bad these teams are, these, in terms of each side, Goffstown Central is always a great matchup.
Well, especially here,
That's over his head. He gets it off. So that's a crazy play. So what happens here is that it's no different than a pass play. The punter I think he can kick the ball, but I think it's a dead ball.
It should be.
I don't think he can advance it. They're talking about it. It's not like it's a pass.
No.
A pass, he could have ran with it, but he didn't pass the ball. So it's a dead ball. It should be a dead ball where he caught it, which would be about the 35-yard line, I'm thinking. 30 or 35-yard line.
It's the same as if you punted it downfield and the team,
Yep.
The other team touched it down.
So I'll tell you, this is not the type of first half that Justin Huff would have wanted. Certainly Goffstown is up by a point here, but it looks like Stinnett is hurt. But I don't know if it's an ankle or a knee. And Charlie Keith now is getting a little bit of attention. He took a pretty hard sack himself.
Central knows that they're running into their teeth of their schedule here, Scott, and this one is a big one for them.
Oh, I agree, because they have to play Winnicott and Bedford to finish it up. And Bedford is without their star quarterback, Connor Roberts, so they have a chance of beating Bedford. So I'm not saying that, and Winnicott obviously is a great team, but they realize that this is their game.
This is their game.
Yeah.
They could have 2 losses staring at them in the next 2 weeks.
Correct.
So Coach Ray's definitely gotten his kids fired up to play today.
I think really this game is going to really hinge on Goffstown's defense. Can they slow down Central? Single back for Central. It's going to be another pass play. Pressure up the middle. Ball's lofted up. And that's a touchdown.
That's Gilmet.
That's Gilmet. And that ball.
That's a well-thrown ball.
That's a really well-thrown ball to Gilmet. And Central's going to take a 12-7 lead pending the extra point. And he just lofted it up there.
Yeah, it's a flag route.
Yeah.
You know, that's a great either post corner or just corner route that they run there. And Gilmet gets to that corner sideline in between the safety and the cornerback, and Hawkham puts it in there perfectly.
So you knew going into this game that Central was going to put some points on the board. What you did not know was that Goffstown wouldn't be able to. And so far they put up only 7. And here comes the extra point. And that's going to be a fake. And they're going to go for 2. And he throws it into the ground. And that will be nothing. So it's now 12-7 Central.
Give Central some credit for originality there. I mean, they had the first one blocked, so they figured let's try something different. But Goffstown is disciplined and ready for it.
Yeah, so I think there might be some issues with Central's kicking game because they kicked the ball short on a kickoff, and they haven't really, their extra point got blocked, and then they didn't really go for it on that one. So
I think the biggest sign was they couldn't find the tee on the opening kickoff too. So that's a red flag right there.
I have to say there's a lot of, it's very quiet on the Goffstown sideline right now. Obviously there's concern for Jack Stinnett, who looks like he's had a serious injury, came off the field limping, and now they've got to go with Josh Juneau, who's their backup running back. But so far Goffstown really hasn't put a lot of points on the board, that's for sure.
And it's going to take a couple reps here to get used to new guys on the field. Charlie Keith will adjust.
I think what you're seeing, too, is Central's speed. Here comes another short kick, and that's going to go to Carter Schwinnard, who hands it off to Duval. And Duval, he goes across the middle, and he gets stuffed at about the 43-yard line. And that was just a way to get the ball into Duval's hands. So Schwinnard takes it, laterals it back to Duval. He picks up probably about 10, 15 yards on that in return. And Goffstown will start at their own 43-yard line.
Both teams have a pretty clear idea on special teams who they want the ball. Yeah,
Rivera and Duval. That's
right.
I'm curious to see if, with the injury to Stinnett, is Goffstown going to throw the ball some more? And they haven't really had good pass protection on that left side. They're getting killed.
Right, so they got to make an adjustment somewhere. Right now you see them in typical ace formation.
And that is a handoff to Carter Schwinnard, and he eludes a tackle, but he gets
spins out of a couple there.
Yeah, 5 yards, not bad. A lot of great athletes on the Goffstown side, Schwinnard being one of them. A lot of speed there.
Yep, and just got to figure out how to get the ball to guys in space.
Right, you got to put the ball into the hands of Schwinnard and Duval and Colby Putnam, and let them run with it. So a short field for Goffstown here. Quick out to Colby Putnam, and he is going to get wrapped up pretty quick. But he's driving, and he gets a first down, I think.
That's a great effort by Putnam.
Oh, no,
he's
short.
Effort,
I apologize. He's about a yard short. I thought that he might have stretched out.
Fantastic effort. Also, great pursuit by the linemen on Central. I mean, they really get there to make that play and finish them off.
So we've got a 3rd down and 1 on the 49-yard line of Central, maybe the 48 of Central. Let's see. We're probably going to have another read option here, Steve. See if they can get penetration on the offensive line. And Juneau takes it, and he's going to get the first down and then some. So he picks up about 5 yards. Well, they're not going to give him quite 4. They'll give him 3 or 4.
Yeah, that zone read there, you had 2 guys go with Keith.
Yeah.
So he hadn't handed it to Juneau yet, so I think Central's expecting, okay, he's probably going to pull it here. That middle just opened up.
So we got Charlie Keith. And believe it or not, I got Alan Potvin calling me right now. And it's a pass from Keith over to Duval, and that's going to be a touchdown. That's a touchdown for Duval.
See, it was a call from Al. We got a flag on a play at the 50-yard line.
And that might be coming back.
Yeah, we got to check that one out. That's in the backfield here.
Nope, it's the other way around.
We got a roughing the passer. Is that what it was called?
Yeah, and not to mention, you got a little chippy on you got a little chippy shot, Steve, on Duval. So that's going to be a roughing the passer call. But that's going to be a touchdown. So Goffstown goes up now 13-12, pending the extra point. And I'm not sure if it'll be Minnick or Gibson. They've been shuffling kickers, and they might go for a 2-point here. It would make sense to go for a 2-point conversion, Steve, because they're up by 1. Up by 2 points doesn't do them any good. So I think you're going to see a 2-point play.
The way Central's kicking game, I don't know that you got to worry about the 3 either, but you'll take the points when you can get them.
Exactly. So Goffstown is going to go for a 2-point extra point. And you got Juneau in the backfield to the right of. You got Duval in motion, but Duval is in for the extra point, and there's a player that's down on Central. There's a player down for Central. That doesn't look good either, and hopefully he gets up, and he is. Okay.
That's another jet sweep. Give the ball inside handoff there to Duval, and he just tucks it up in there. Again, when you're going for 2, give it to the guy that's most likely to find the end zone.
So Goffstown takes a 15-12 lead with 5 minutes and 20 seconds left until the half. And again, is
Al calling for updates right now? Is that what's going on?
I don't know, but we'll give him a call at halftime, I guess.
But I think we got to give him credit for the touchdown because he called, and then the touchdown happened.
That's true. He called right when it was happening. But that goes to show, Duval. I mean, like he gets the ball, and once he gets it, there's a good chance he'll break it.
Right, one-on-one, we talked about it. He gets it one-on-one. Find a way to get him the ball because all he's got to do is make one guy miss.
Well, I think now that we're kicking off from the 45-yard line, I think here you kick it into the end zone and no return by anybody. Or maybe they go onside kick. We'll see what they do here. You could go either way. You could go onside kick. I kick it into the end zone myself, but let's let them start the 20. And that's what they do.
Through the end zone touchback. Start him at the 20. Make him go the whole field. You're right, Scott.
Yeah.
Good call.
You know what's interesting play on that one, if you have a kicker who can do it, Steve, is kick it as high as you can and try to, they were so far up that if you kicked it to the 10-yard line, it's an onside kick still. It's a free ball.
Right. Free ball, and if they get it, they're pinned even deeper.
It's just very unusual on a play like that. The ball should be in front of you, never over your head.
Right, especially with a short kickoff too.
It was just
You're kicking off from the 45. Yeah, and you want Rivera touching the ball as much as possible. Even if he's in the end zone, let him run it back.
Okay, so Central has a single back offense, another pass play, and that is out to. He gets thrown down by number 20. Looks like that was. I'm trying to think who caught the pass on that
It's Hockham to Gilmet.
Okay, Gilmet.
Yep.
And Schwinnard with the tackle. And that's really been, it seems like it's been Hockham to Gilmet quite a bit. They've been picking on Carter Schwinnard quite a bit.
Well, it's a size matchup there. Yeah. Gilmet is going to be almost taller than anybody. He's a basketball kid. He's a very good athlete, which is what Central likes to do, is put their big guys on the outside.
Another pass play, another pass out into the flat. It's almost caught by Central. That was almost intercepted by Handrahan. And that would have been a pick 6, my friends. Had he caught the ball, that would have been a touchdown for Handrahan.
That's a Friday the 13th type of play right there. That goes to Gill Stadium. I'm telling you, they are real.
Yeah. Always a tough game at Gill.
Always a tough game at Gill. This is the nicest game that weather-wise, that I've been a part of at Gill Stadium. Usually it's 30 degrees and raining.
So is it a first down on that one, or what are they?
They picked up a first. They got enough yardage on that deflection.
So the scoreboard is wrong. It's a first down and 10 for Central. And Goffstown hasn't had much pressure on the QB all day. He's also quick to release the ball.
Exactly.
And it's another pass play. And again, they're putting it right in between those into the zone, you know. And give credit to Central because the ball is being delivered perfectly.
Well, they've got the guy to do it, and this is something that they've wanted to do for a long time, I think, with Ray and implementing the spread. But they've, years have not had that quarterback to be able to do that. And now you see it, and he's got the athletes on the outside to throw.
So another first down for Central, and they're very content. I mean, they know that Goffstown can key on the run, but they are just throwing the ball at will on Goffstown, right? Another pass play, and he's going to go up the middle. And he gets close to another first down with his legs. And he's going to be about a yard short, it looks like, from the line judge. So that's going to be a 2nd down and 1 at Goffstown's 44-yard line.
And that time he sees the pocket closing in, he makes the great read, just pulls it down early and goes.
I got to say, in terms of the quarterbacks that we have faced so far this year,
I was just going to ask you about that.
I think he is probably the best one.
And you've seen some good ones, Scott.
Yeah.
I mean, you've seen
the kid from Winnicott was great. I like the kid from Dover as well. He came in the second half, did a really nice job. But this guy here, he's got the skilled receivers, and he just seems to have the most accurate arm. The passes that he's throwing, he has thrown 3 different types of passes. He's thrown like these ones that just drop in. He's thrown, that one that was that fade all the way on the
that touch ball.
Yeah. So
he's got good touch. He can put something on it.
Yeah.
He's not drilling the ball in there.
That's going to be a first down, I think. If it's not, it's going to be inches.
They got
a first down. So it'll be a first down at Goffstown's about 43-yard line.
And thus far, all passing on this drive. They've just dropped back and thrown it, and that's the package they have in right now.
So this is the test of a really good coach, is that can you make those halftime adjustments knowing that they're eating you up on the pass play, and it's odd is that you're right. I'm not saying they've given up on running back, but there just hasn't been that many running plays.
Now you're going to see some under center here. You got a little power eye, and
yet another pass play. It's going to go deep, I think, over here. And he throws the ball, and that is going to be caught, and that's going to be a flag. And I'm thinking he got pushed in the back by number 3, Handrahan. I think 15 got pushed in the back by Handrahan.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know if that contact was before or after the throw. Or
it looked the way that he fell as if he got pushed in the back and then still was able to catch it. So. And the weird thing in high school football is it's not always like an automatic first down. I've learned that in these rules, so it's odd.
Yeah, the pass interference a little different from college and pro. In pro where it's a spot foul, and college where it's the 10 yards.
So it's going to be a flag against Goffstown. Let's see how many yards. 3, 4, 5. It's going to be a 10-yarder. And that's going to be more
15.
like a 15-yarder. Wow.
15-yard pass interference.
Now, what was that? What would be a 15-yard? This pass interference would be a spot, at the spot.
It's a 10. No, it's
10. 10.
It's 10. Usually personal fouls 15.
Right.
I didn't see a signal for personal foul.
So that'll be a first down for Central with about 4 minutes, 15 seconds left in the half. And we got a running back. I think it's I don't know if it's going to be another pass play. And he throws it up. And I think he caught it.
No,
he dropped it. Okay.
Double coverage there.
But that's another one where he's throwing the ball up.
He fits it in there.
Yeah.
He finds that spot.
But that's a play where if you've got safety help, that's an interception 9 times out of 10.
It usually is, and he's got a lot of faith. Hawkham's got a lot of faith in his big guy that he's going to be able to outjump the smaller corner there. Duval gets there a little bit late.
He did, yeah. Which leads me to believe if they keep on picking on Chouinard, which is what they're doing, and Chouinard is a good corner, but they're taking advantage of the height differential.
Right.
That Duval is going to have to be over the top there to help him.
A little bit earlier, because that's the matchup they're looking at right now.
Yet another pass play. Can they get anything in there? And that's going to be nothing for Central. And they're trying to strip the ball, and that ball is now at the 30-yard line. If they picked up one, it's a lot. It'll be about 3rd down and but 9, I'm thinking. And again, but it's in that part of the field, Steve, where it's a 29-yard line. They're going to go for it on 4th downs because they're not going to punt.
They have to. That's why that tackle there in open space by Handrahan is so important there, because Rivera's we've seen him slip through a couple today. So that wrap-up's important because this probably is 4-down territory.
Yeah.
It's a little slow getting to the line here. Let's watch the clock here.
Yeah, 3 minutes and 15 seconds roughly until the half. It's like another pass play. And this time they're trying to do a screen play, and he drops the ball. So that was a really, that was an interesting play because he went back 15 yards.
He dropped back deep. It was obvious that he was throwing a screen. That might have been the hardest ball that he's thrown.
Yeah.
And the guy was about 5 yards from him. So even though Desir's right there and the ball's in his hands, it's not necessarily an easy catch and turn up the field.
All right, so it's a big 4th down and 10. Let's see if the Goffstown crowd's going to get on their feet for this one. I don't know. We'll see. They're not really cheering a whole lot, especially the defensive players' parents, who normally would be the ones who would be screaming and getting the crowd ready. Oh, now they are.
Scott, usually there's a pane of glass between us and the fans, so you better watch what you say now.
Usually the law firm of Poisson and Brown would get the crowd going. But so it's 4th down and 10.
4th down, they're going empty set here for Hockham.
See if they can get some pressure. And that's going to be a timeout called probably by Central.
Ryan Ray's good 10 yards on the field.
That one. Listen, that's good because it gives the defensive parents the time to get down and cheer this crowd, get this crowd going into the game.
Doesn't Ryan Ray just look like a football coach?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the backwards baseball hat.
Now, didn't they have a Ryan Day as a quarterback here, too, at one point? Or no, am I wrong? There's a Ryan Ray, but then there was a Ryan – I thought there was a Ryan Day.
You could very well be right. I don't know. My history of Central quarterbacks is not up to speed right now. They've had some good ones.
Yeah,
they've had some very good ones.
The president is in the bleachers. Jana Como, she's the booster. Jana, the president, is in the bleachers. I don't know how much respect she's getting as president, El Presidente, but you should probably. So if you can get Jana, she's right over there. She's the president of the Booster Club. Does a great job for Goffstown. There's a lot to do with football boosters. I mean, the school only funds so much, guys, and these kids they got to get fed and transported and just kind of taken care of, and they do a really good job. So here we are, a big 4th down and 10, and really Central has given Goffstown a run for its money in this first half. This is a real big stop.
This is a big 4th down here.
And it looks like they're playing up on the receivers. They're going to try to jam the receivers, at least here in terms of on the lower part of your screen.
Oh, and that's why you got to watch Gilmet on the outside.
Yeah.
Gilmet on Chouinard, that's your matchup right there. Ryan Ray, he's a gunslinger as a coach. Like, you might want to look for that outside, even though it's 4th and 10. Don't worry about the sticks. Worry about the deep ball here.
All right, so we've got Colby Putnam. He's up tight coverage.
Duval is shading that way.
No doubt about it. And let's see if they can get a type of pass rush. And he throws the ball. No way.
Okay.
There's not going anywhere. Good coverage by the Goffstown defense.
If you look at Rivera right now, he's wide open in the back of the end zone.
And how often do you see Jake Brown so deep in coverage there? I mean, it's not usual for a linebacker to be on the 10 or 5 yard line in that situation.
He's matched up with Rivera in that situation. In that situation, Duval did what I suggested in that he shaded over till Gilmet's side, leaving Rivera open, but Hockham just not able to see that.
You know, like I said before, I personally, I've been watching a lot of high school football over the last 3 years, and Justin Huft, in my opinion, is one of the finest coaches in Division I. If there's a guy who can make adjustments at halftime, it's him. So far, Central has given Goffstown a big game here. And let's see, Goffstown's in the offense, and it's going to be handed off to Josh Juneau, who breaks a tackle, and he gets about 3 yards on that run to the left-hand side.
Under 3 minutes, you got a chance to score here. Plenty of time. You also don't want to give the ball back to Central.
Correct. So you don't want to have cause a turnover. That's for sure, or create a turnover.
The clock is definitely a factor here. Definitely agree with what you say about Coach Huff, though. He's, you know, from a coaching standpoint, halftime-wise, he's the guy you don't want to go up against.
Yeah, I agree. So again, Goffstown seems content to let the clock go. This is they got 2 backs now. Another handoff. Up the middle is Juneau, and he gets a big gain here. I'd call a timeout if I'm Goffstown here. Let's see if they do that. Maybe they don't think they need it. But Josh Juneau, I tell you, I saw him play last year when Carter Cormier wasn't playing, and Josh did a great job. And unfortunately, Stinnett got hurt in this game, but Juneau is a very, very capable runner for Goffstown.
So what's good to see is Jack Stinnett is on the sideline, putting a little pressure on that,
all right,
on that other leg now.
Handoff. No, up the middle, Charlie Keith, and he keeps going, and he gets another first down. He's at the 45-yard line of Central.
Right at the marker. See where they spot it here.
If they do, usually you stop the clock and then you move the chain.
It's going to be stopped one way or another to measure. It looks
yep, so they're going to stop the clock at 1 minute 43 seconds until the half. Big run by Charlie Keith. He faked me out.
No measurement, first down. They're getting a signal. Hey, with Duval in the backfield there again, you see a lot of Central guys kind of
keying out on him. Right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Well, Steve, I want to thank you so much for filling in this week. Alan Potvin couldn't make it, and you always do an awesome job in his stead.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
So
it's big shoes to fill.
Oh, God, you're good at this.
Just doing my part. Just doing my part.
All right, we've got 2 backs in the backfield, and that's going to be a pass play. And that goes to Duval. He shakes and bakes, and he goes not down yet, and he is down at the 29-yard line of Central. Another first down. That will stop the clock until the chains are moved. Again, give the ball to Duval. Let him do his thing.
I really like the adjustment having Duval in the backfield. Looks like they got a package of plays just for this formation.
Yeah.
That time he comes out of the backfield, runs a little wheel route, and Central probably not ready for that.
He is so elusive. Oh, my goodness. He doesn't give up. It's unbelievable that his legs keep driving and driving and driving. And he is going to be about pick up like a 7-yard gain. 55 seconds left. Goffstown looks like they called a timeout here.
Coach Huff heard you. He's taking his timeouts now under a minute.
Now, I do have a dream, okay? Everybody has to have a dream. My dream is I want a first down and goal on the 1-yard line, and I want to see Adam Moses get a handoff and take his 350-pound physique over the goal line. That's my dream.
As a big guy, Coach Huff about this?
As a big guy myself, that's my dream. I want to see that big fridge play, okay? Like, remember the Chicago Bears way back? The refrigerator Perry. I want to see Adam Moses catapult himself like a over the line.
I'm sure there's another person that wants to see that, and that's Adam Moses.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's talked.
Yeah,
I'm sure he's talked to Coach about that. Coach, give me the ball. I'm scoring.
Yeah,
it's every big guy's dream.
It should. And listen, dreams do come true. Isn't that like in Disney movies and everything? All right. So again, you've got Duval in the backfield with, I think it's Juneau. Tight formation here. A lot of movement. They're shifting. They got to get set, though. And another pass play. And that's low. He picks it up off the ground. He keeps going. He's going, and he is stopped at the 5-yard line, maybe 6-yard line.
Plenty of time.
45.7 seconds. The clock stops for the first down. They got to move the chains, and I think they're calling another timeout because, nope, maybe not. Poisson comes out of the game. And now it's first and goal with 44 seconds left. 38 seconds left. And that's going to be a touchdown for Goffstown. Coleman Handrahan with a big, big touchdown. And Mama Handrahan very happy. We're here in the Goffstown bleachers. Mama Handrahan got a high five from Mama as her son scores a touchdown and gives Goffstown a 9-point lead, 21-12, with 30 seconds left in the half.
That's a great drive, Scott. I mean, that's a lot happening there when you lose your starting.
Here comes Minnick for the extra point, and he kicks it, and it's good. So 22-12, Goffstown leads by 10 with 30 seconds left, and I do not kick this ball off to our good friend.
No, Jeremiah Rivera.
Jeremiah Rivera.
You lose your starting running back, though, on that drive, the previous drive.
Yeah.
And then you come back and you really have a package in for Duval and Juneau, and then you shift out of that. That's a high level of preparation going on right there. I mean, to just be able to anticipate, hey, this could happen. We need these packages in for these guys. And then for the players to execute it as well.
I agree. And you know what? There's also a certain level of excitement being here with the fans. Okay? So being next to Mama Brown, this is good. Okay? There was a couple of times I said not so good things about her son on a couple of plays.
I was going to say, good for who, Scott?
I can't do that now.
Is it good for us or is it good for them? Because I'm not sure they're loving it.
If Jake does something crazy, I got to keep I got to zip it. Okay? Got to zip my mouth.
From their perspective, they have to listen to us kind of babble on and on.
Mama Brown knows, so does Mama Poisson and Mama Pinard, that those three are probably the three best linebacking. That's the best linebacking crew in the state as far as I'm concerned. And here comes the kickoff, and he is down quickly. Could be, he's down. Look at him run, though. He's so fast. 24.6 seconds. And I do say, I go around, Steve, I've seen a lot of Division I football, and our three linebackers, I really think as a group, they are the three best in D1.
And he says this when the fans aren't around,
I do.
I just want to let you know
Alan
that.
And Alan Potvin says the same exact thing. Alan was suspended for tonight's game due to player misconduct. No, I'm only kidding. He wasn't. He went to his daughter's rugby game. What? No. He's in rehab. No, he's not. No, don't say those things. That's awful. No, Alan went to his daughter's rugby game, and he called me as Duval scored a touchdown. So here we go. Central looking to put some points on the board before the half, and a throw out, and he's quickly gobbled up and taken down. That was like a WWF takedown with 16.6.
Jake Brown.
Jake Brown. Jake the Hammer Brown takes down
Johnny on the spot.
Yes.
Just as we're singing his praises.
Yeah. And let's see what we do. It's a kneel down. He throws it to stop the clock with 12.8, so maybe they're going to do a little bit of throwing the ball. Duval is playing really deep, but they might just throw it up, right?
Hey, you got Alex Hockham.
Yeah.
You got Alex Gilmet.
And we know that they can
they've
throw the
connected
ball
a couple times.
So.
Yeah, they've got speed, they've got size on the outside. I'd take a shot.
So we got Hugh DeBrule on the camera, doing a great job, by the way. He's got the height for this cameraman job. You know, a lot of times we don't get really tall cameramen.
He's almost our height, and he's a step below us.
Oh, yeah.
Hockham scrambling.
And he's scrambling, and he gets hammered.
That's a big hit there.
Poisson. 4.4 seconds.
Still time on the clock, though.
The clock is going to stop due to the chains getting moved. Poisson makes the tackle. They're going to throw this ball into the end zone, I'm thinking.
And they got one timeout here, so they're going to use that.
So the clock will stop also on a defensive penalty. Keep that in mind, folks. So this is a big play here for Goffstown. Let's not mistake this one. 44-yard line. We know the QB can throw it. Goffstown has only been rushing 3 players. And in essence, this offense has neutralized Adam Moses because they're not really running the ball a whole lot.
They get rid of it quick, too, Scott. It's out of his hand. Yeah, you're absolutely right. They don't really have, a lot of time to rush the passer because that ball's at 1-2 steps and it's out.
And because they have 4, 5 receivers, they don't have the luxury of blitzing linebackers. If you do that, you're going to leave the middle wide open.
It makes matchup stuff, and this is why it's important to be balanced on both sides. you know, to have corners, to strong corners in safety help. These guys, they've got great skill position players. Now you got 4 of them on one side of the field here.
So what do we got? We got
quads.
Oh, yeah, we only got
quads
two.
here.
We only got 2 guys rushing here.
You'll always watch the one high side. That's where Gilmet is.
And that ball's heaved up.
He got it in there, though. It's a
And
great job at knocking it down.
And that will do it. Goffstown takes a 22-12 lead into halftime.
That's Heidenreich and St. Andre knocking the ball down. It's
and
great,
you want Heidenreich's height there.
Yes.
So a really tough battle in that first half, Steve. There's no doubt about it. Central is giving Goffstown fits, I think, on the defense because they're not used to this Holcomb. They're not used to this throwing. I can tell you that right now.
Well, honestly, on film, you could come out and you see several different Central teams. I mean, sometimes they run the ball a lot. Yeah. Sometimes they throw it up with Holcomb, and tonight they're throwing the football.
All right, so we're going to take a little bit of break here. We'll give Alan Potvin a call on his cell phone to give him an updated score. And at halftime, it is 22-12, and we'll see you in about 15 minutes.
Just to show the true versatility of us as an analyst team, we are going to be flipping the script here. And myself, Steve Largy, will be doing the play-by-play, and Scott Gross will be taking over as the color man. So we'll definitely get an upgrade, at least in one department.
I tell you, on play-by-play, Alan does that, and he does an unbelievable job. So you got rough.
I got my hands full.
Hard to sub for him, that's for sure.
But we had a great first half there. Central gave Goffstown everything that they could handle. Great play out of Alex Hockham, the quarterback. But what you saw was a stingy Grizzly defense that really maybe bent a little bit but didn't break. What do you think, Scott?
I would agree. I mean, aside from the special teams touchdown, they scored a touchdown off of Goffstown on a play that was pretty much a throw the ball way up high and have the receiver bring it down. That being said, you're right. Bend but don't break. Central fumbled the ball on Goffstown's 10-yard line as they were coming in. So that was a big difference. Big difference. So
it could be even more lopsided right now if you think about that score.
So Goffstown, Steve, deferred. They won the toss and they deferred. So they're going to get the ball right now. And very interesting to see how short the Goffstown kickoff returners are. Again, it's Chouinard, Putnam, and Duval is in the middle. But I think that Central's going to be content doing what they did before, and that's kicking it to the 35-yard line.
57 set to kick. They kicked it short last time. Goffstown set to receive a short kick. And we get a short kick. Received by number 34. Josh Juneau took over in the backfield, and he takes it up for about 5 yards to the 48-yard line.
So we're joined here by the Goffstown faithful. I tell you, I really like this setup being with the fans. It adds so much more of a dimension to the game.
I think we established that we like it, but maybe not them.
They don't like it probably, but that's good.
Okay, all right. We're getting some support. That's good. That's positive.
All right, so looks like Goffstown's going to take over, Steve, what, about the 48-yard line?
48-yard line, just on their side of midfield. Keith in the backfield with Duval and Juneau. Ball snapped, handed to Duval. He gets about a 6, 7, 8-yard gain, pushing the pile forward, about 2 yards short of the first down at the 44-yard line.
And it looked like Javel Desir with the tackles. I think he plays safety. So, Duval is one of the hardest guys to bring down, not just on the Goffstown team, but I'm talking about in all Division I. He's always driving his legs, and it seems like he's always eluding the tackler.
Well, now with Stinnett off on the sideline, if you weren't with us in the first half, Jack Stinnett picks up a bit of an injury. Duval in the backfield. A little shift here by Goffstown. They go empty. Trips on the bottom side. Looking for Duval.
He was wide open, but he was overthrown.
Looking for Duval on that seam. That's right. Pass is incomplete.
And that is a pass that so far this year, Charlie Keith has made. I mean, he has been very impressive with those. It's almost like a seam-type route, and Duval was wide open. That would have been 6 points if he was able to deliver it. That brings up now a
third and short
yeah,
here.
The scoreboard is incorrect. It's third down. Goffstown's gotten robbed a couple times this year on downs by referees.
Snap, another handoff to Duval up the right side. He pushes the pile forward again across
down.
the first.
Yep.
To the 40-yard line of Central.
It's interesting what they're doing here with that two-back formation. Now it gives Duval a lot of opportunities to touch the ball as a running back, and then they can have him go out as a receiver. A lot of different things. You're right. It seems like they prepared for this.
Hey, halftime adjustment too. You got some time to think about it. Maybe you had a package in for Duval, and now you've got maybe a series of plays. Now he's lined up in the slot, so you got Juneau single back here. Keith lines up again, 10:46 on the clock.
You don't really have deep safety play by Central here.
He's a keeper.
He gives a stiff arm.
Good pull by Charlie. Charlie sticking his nose in there, gaining about 4 or 5 yards on first down.
Yeah, he stiff-armed Central defender. He's lucky Central defender didn't get a flag on that because he looks like he threw him down after he was already out of bounds. So that'll be it's about 5 yards to go on second down. And if you look at the safety, number 2 for Central, he plays pretty up.
Yeah, it looks like they're up and they're also matched up. So,
yeah.
They're trying to keep as many guys in the box against the run as possible.
Which means that, you got like Heidenreich, he goes down that slant route.
Keith again pulls it. That's a run-pass option.
Yeah.
Run-pass option out to Duval. The play looked like it was pretty covered there and not going anywhere from the start.
That was almost a good thing that it didn't get caught.
Right.
And that's also the way he threw that. That was dangerous.
Right. A little bit out in front of you.
Yeah.
As a receiver, that's one you're not sure exactly where the quarterback's leading you.
So third down and 5 for Goffstown. At the 35 of Central.
Juneau lined up on the right side. Ball snap. Duval in motion. No, it's a keeper. Keith.
Oh, he was one tackle away from the end zone.
He avoids that first tackle, though.
Yeah.
He ends up with about 8 or 9 yards on second down there.
I mean, you got to like Charlie Keith's running ability. I mean, he's another guy. He's strong. He's always driving his legs.
And confident. Not afraid to call his own number there. He pulls it, and, when you're pulling it from Andrew Duval, you better get some yards on that carry.
Goffstown looks like they like to run to the right side of their line tonight. A lot of runs that way.
Right now they're looking in for the play.
And that's number Josh White running off his side.
Key signals in progression. The
same thing.
Yep, up the middle. Calls his own number again. He gets about 16 yards
to the 10-yard line.
First down, that's right.
I'd just like to see him tuck that ball, high, man. Grab it.
Ball security.
Yeah.
Coach is always preaching ball security, so he'll hear about it if he puts it on the ground. Here we go. Yeah, first and goal here, just inside the 10-yard line. Looks like we've got trips lined up to the left. Juneau probably going to be offset to the right.
Got a little bit of a height mismatch here. You got Heidenreich. He's split out wide. I think he's got a good 4 or 5 inches on the defender, number 3, Desir.
Duval in motion. They're rolling that way. He's open.
He threw the ball like
short
about 3.
To Heidenreich.
Yeah, really short. I like that rollout play, but I also think it gives you an opportunity to throw the ball. And so it's second down and 10.
Second down and 10.
And
again, 4-down territory here if you need it. If not, if you feel confident, you can kick the field goal here. Make it a 13-point game.
Yeah, 27-yard field goal, 13-point game. That's possible. I think, though, that Huff likes the momentum. He likes putting 7s on the board, touchdowns.
The 7s are good.
Yeah.
Keith keeps it.
He's not going to get much.
He picks up a couple there, maybe 2 or 3 yards.
Yeah, so this is going to be.
Looks like it's going to be third, 7 yards.
Yeah.
Goal to go. We'll see how Goffstown lines up here. Central pretty stingy against the run so far in this drive. You got trips left. Josh Juneau in the backfield to the right. Duval in motion to the right side.
As a flag.
Looks like a motion penalty.
Well, Duval wasn't in motion, but I think it's on the other. I think it's on defense. Nope, offense. Offense.
Yeah, some sort of motion on the line.
Yeah, motion. That's really tough because now it's 3rd down and 13 or 3rd and goal from the 13. That's going to be a tough one for Goffstown, and that also puts a little more pressure on a field goal situation because then it becomes a 30-yard field goal. Not insurmountable in high school, but all that much more difficult. So actually it's spotted on the 12, Steve.
So here you go again, typical ace formation. Juneau to the right. Pulled by Keith up the middle. 5-6 yards, still pushing the pile. Inside the 5, inside.
That ball was.
Somehow the ball comes out.
Wow.
Whistled. There's a whistle. So the ball is blown dead.
That is an odd play. I didn't hear the whistle.
Feliciano comes out of the pile with the ball.
They must have
Didn't
said
look like
it was
Keith
forward.
was down.
His forward motion was stopped at the 1-yard line. That's what they're saying. If you look at the line judge to the far side, he's at the 1-foot line or 1-yard line. And Goffstown's going to go for it here on 4th down and goal from the 1. And you're going to see Poisson in the game. And when Poisson is in the game, he's usually blocking. He's a strong, really strong guy.
Well, inside the 1-yard line, you're thinking this is probably rundown, even though it's 4th.
I think this is one where you hand it off to a Duval, but we'll see. 2
guys in the backfield, tight end set. 3 guys in the backfield. Inside handoff, counter play, touchdown.
Joey Poisson. Mama Poisson's really happy, and you don't see Poisson score a whole lot of touchdowns on the offensive side of the ball. So
that's a motion to the left, and then the inside handoff going right.
That's a free blizzard for Poisson at Dairy Queen after the game. So I know. And here comes the extra point.
The kick is good. That's Brad Minnick there with the extra point.
Every time a defensive player scores a touchdown, Alan Potvin buys that player a blizzard at Dairy Queen. So it's all put it on the Potvin account.
Well, I would say, you know, he's going to be lobbying for more touches. 1 touch, 1 touchdown.
Yeah. So we're at 29-12. That was a really important drive for Goffstown, Steve. They were, let's be honest, they were struggling with Central in that first half. I thought Central was matching up with them physically.
So much of what happens is between the tackles, and really, you know, early on, physical battle goes to Central, right?
Yeah. So here comes the kickoff by Gibson. Let's see what they do here, because you really don't want to give this ball to Jeremiah Rivera, number 24, because he is dangerous.
They've kicked it deep the last couple of times. Rivera's come up and made some plays.
I squib kicked this one, and they don't.
They do kick it on a line. He's going to field the ball. Rivera at the 15-yard line. Here he goes.
See, again.
This is what he does.
But this is what, and he gets
outside
tripped up.
Outside the 40 to the 42-yard line.
He gets tripped up by number 28. That's Ben Dodge. That's why I don't like that play.
1 tackle away from breaking that.
I don't like that play. It's, if anything, you know, squib kick it, giving them ball at the 35-yard line. But, you know, Rivera is too dangerous. He's almost like Duval. You know, you give him a chance.
When you see that burst that he has, he gets to the 20, 25-yard line, and he just hits another gear.
Right.
Dangerous player. And Central's got a few of them. 29-12, but Central's put up big points all year long.
So Josh Picard is playing nose tackle along with Evan Cuddy on his left, and on the right.
Hockham drops back. He throws it to the right side. It's a 10-yard pickup, exactly what Central was doing in the first half.
So let's see what adjustments the defense makes here, because that's all day long. That's going to be open for Central.
That first down completion is to Jeremy Chandler, 10 yards.
Now, one way to kind of stop this is you play up, right, Steve? I mean, you just do bump and run type thing, and right now they're playing way off these receivers.
And your concern with that is that maybe they beat you deep. Here
Right.
they look same set, trips left rather. Desir in the backfield gets the handoff.
Nothing. Moses
stopped in the middle.
No, there's no fumble on that play. Moses stuffed it.
No gain on the play. That's Desir. Desir got a few touches in the first half, not able to break anything free.
2nd down and 9.
Rivera checks back in for Central. Hockham gets the play back to the huddle. Watch out for number 24 wherever he is.
Yeah, we have seen some deep balls, don't get me wrong, but it's not like they're going that way consistently.
Well, they do like this trip set here to
They
the
do.
left. Gilmet on the opposite side. That ball's complete to Chandler, right at the sticks.
You are correct though, because I was watching Duval on that play, and he is cheating a little bit to the right side, our right side of the field, or the closest side to the camera.
He's actually short of the first down here by about a yard, so it's going to be 3rd and short here. Duval, yeah, it looks like he's shading towards Gilmet almost on every single play. Wherever he is, they've got to watch that matchup.
This puts a lot of pressure on the linebacking crew of Goffstown, and that's, Pinard and Poisson, Jake Brown, because they're going to they have to cover some of these guys as they're going across the middle.
Right now they're matched up on Rivera inside. That's a tough matchup for a linebacker. Ball snap to Hockham. He's going to keep it himself up the middle.
He gets it. He got it. He got up by about a yard. I think he's got that.
Tough spot.
Yeah,
tough spot by the official
I don't
here.
really like the spot if I'm Central.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think
Looks
he's
like
got it, though. He
beyond
got it, but
yeah, I think you're right. I think he still has it, but that spot.
I thought he was at least another football or more. They're gonna bring the chains in. I think he has the first down, but that was a very stingy spot. If you're Central,
if you're Ryan Ray here, this puts you in a tough spot too. Because
I wouldn't be happy with that one.
You're thinking about now probably having to go on 4th down.
I think he has it. I think he has it by about a quarter of a football.
Stretching those chains out. There it goes. He
is short by a little bit.
So that tough spot works out in Goffstown's favor there. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 6 inches.
Yeah, they're going to obviously go for it. I would think it's another quarterback sneak.
Yeah, you got Hockham and Desir in the backfield. You still got trips out wide.
Yeah, I don't pass the ball here because always if someone just drops it. But I think this one would probably go to Rivera. Or is it Desir back there?
It's Desir in the backfield. Ball snap. They're going to throw. Woo.
Wow, that takes
that's a lot of confidence in your quarterback right there.
Well, not so much your quarterback, but your receiver too. I mean, just one where you take your eyes off it. And
that's a 3-yard gain to Chandler for the first down.
So Handrahan on the defender on that play. And what's happening is Goffstown is playing off these guys on these short routes.
Yeah, I mean it could be a philosophy thing too.
Prevent.
I mean, keep it short.
Yeah.
Nothing behind you.
Well, they're up by more than 2 touchdowns here.
So maybe that's point game. 5 minutes on the clock.
Maybe that's the philosophy. Is like bend, don't break, or if they do score, just let them kill a lot of clock to do it.
Absolutely. 37-yard line now of Goffstown. Hockham takes the snap here. Rivera in the slot. He rolls. Hockham rolls left. He's looking. Pass is complete to number 32.
And Handrahan makes the tackle.
That's Mikhail Nama.
And the clock keeps going. So you're right. I mean, Central here is having a decent drive, but they're chewing a lot of clock, just like Goffstown did.
And it's a 3-score game, so Goffstown's sitting back saying, if you're going to drive and take this long, we're going to eat up the clock ourselves.
And maybe their logic, Steve, is, hey, well, as long as we can put 1 score on the board, right?
That's
put
right.
1 score on the board in the 4th quarter, then we'll prevail. I don't know.
Central is taking their time getting to the line, too, so that's taking up some of this clock as well. Still 3rd quarter, but it is starting to dwindle if you're down 17 points. Hockham takes the snap. He looks. Gilmet's here on the left side. He's throwing it up to – that is picked by Duval. And he's running it back. He's outside the 20. and he brings it all the way back to the 30-yard line.
That's what I was saying, Andrew Duval, Allen likes to call him the mailman because he delivers. I mean, he scored touchdowns, he gets interceptions. This is what we talked about before, where the ball was being lobbed up there, and ordinarily when that's the case, Duval does pick it off, and he did in that case. So that's a big momentum shift for Central, who did a nice job on that drive.
Yeah, they were chipping away, and then, they take a desperation shot. In that situation, looks like Hawkham gets rushed. He rolls out. He tries to make something happen. Duval makes a great play on that.
That's a play that a good safety can make. You're playing center field back there.
Right, and he's throwing into triple coverage as well. There's 3 guys on that. That's probably not a great decision. Probably the first mistake Hawkham's made all night.
And his feet really weren't set when he threw the ball. He was on the run. So we got a player down for Central. Hopefully they're all right. So we got a little bit of a break in action here.
That's an important play for Goffstown. Now, if they can drive down the field here, they might be able to put this game on ice. 58 is back up for Central.
So, Steve, I got to give a shout-out to my friend Joe Parumba. Joe is a faithful listener, watcher of GTV. He typically calls me before and after games, so he's one of the bigger fans of the Grizzlies. So big shout-out to Joe, and look forward to seeing you.
He had a prediction for us tonight as well, right?
He did.
He gave us his thoughts on the game tonight. And,
he does, and he usually does give his thoughts.
And fairly accurate, I might add, as well.
Yeah, he knows the sport.
Well, Charlie Keith back in the backfield. They shift again. We got trips on the left side. Duval motions in the slot. It's kept by Keith. He goes up the middle. He's stopped there by a swarm of green.
Looks like he picked up about 3 yards on that one. And Charlie Keith's another one. He's always moving. His feet are always moving, and he's an elusive, for a quarterback, he's an elusive tackle. He's difficult to bring down.
And he's gotten positive yardage pretty much all night every time he's touched the ball.
Yeah.
Duval takes a lot of players with him when he goes in motion like that, so that frees up the middle a little bit for Charlie Keith. We got 2 in the backfield here, Juno and Duval. This time the handoff is to Juno. He takes it through the middle. He breaks 2 tackles.
Wow.
Close to midfield to the 49-yard line.
Josh Juno stepping in for Jack Stinnett, who was hurt in that first half. And I told you, this guy can play. Arguably, he might have been the guy to come in after Cormier, but Stinnett got the nod. But you're seeing that not a whole lot of difference there. Good yardage by Josh Juno.
And great agility on that run.
Yeah.
He picks up 14 yards there, first down and more for the Grizzlies.
What I like about Juno, north-south, baby, right?
That's what it looks like. There's no cuts going.
Right,
There's
it's
just straight
north-south.
They shift again. Juno down here to the bottom side. Duval up top. Ball thrown to Colby.
That was Colby Putnam, yep. I really want to see Colby Putnam get some more touches. He is a great receiver, very tall kid, strong, hard to get down. And I think this game he's had two touches. Him and Heidenreich are very capable.
7-yard gain, very reliable receiver as well. Don't see him drop a lot of passes, do you, Scott?
And if you've seen him, I think in the game that you covered, he had some good slant patterns. He scored 2 touchdowns, I think, in that first game against Portsmouth. Concord, I should say.
They're taking a little bit more clock. You're not seeing the tempo as much as he did. 2 in the backfield again. This one's to Duval. You know what? It looks like Central has him in the backfield, and he slips through and still gains 5 and picks up a first down.
He was running. He literally stopped on a dime and then quickly accelerated to get that first down. I mean, he's a special player. There's no doubt about it.
And that's a play where if you're Central, you almost have to have. You get a guy in the backfield, you get Duval in the backfield, you get a chance to bring him down, to bring up third down, and instead it's first down for Goffstown.
We have got Nancy Bork here in the crowd, and her son Connor was Player of the Year in Division I football.
Another shift out of the backfield. Keith drops back. He's throwing. And the ball is caught by Handrahan.
Good catch by
acrobatic catch on the play.
Coleman Handrahan.
Gain of 10 exactly.
So I'm going to go out on a limb here. I really think that Duval has a good chance of being Player of the Year. And I say that because he goes both ways.
Yeah.
You know, there's some really good players, but they're not dominant at both. You know, Duval is dominant at safety, and he's dominant in the offensive side of the ball, special teams. He's just
you're making a very convincing argument.
Yeah.
If I'm the committee as well, I'm looking at Maroon out of Salem.
Yep,
He's another guy that's probably in contention. Ball snap to Keith. This time they shift back into double backs. And Keith is brought down after a gain of about 4 or 5 yards. Again, he's sticking his nose up in there, taking some hits.
Now, what I don't know about Maroon, not Maroon, it's Sabanda's another guy.
Yep.
Right. So, but I don't know about those guys is do they go both ways? And I don't know. I mean, they are dominant.
We know about them both on the
Sorry.
offensive side of the football.
Yeah, right.
And, I don't know. I think Maroon is a guy that probably is more one way than two. Great athlete though, and in terms of scoring points, he's up there. Tops of the state. They run power this side. 2-back set. Duval shifts. That's about a 12-yard gain.
He's down around
a 7-yard gain.
with a 14-yard line, I think. And that they're going to move the chains again. First down for Goffstown.
7-yard gain on second down. That's going to be a first down, and it's probably going to be the last play of the quarter.
Yeah, you got a very excited Chris Como here. He usually is not that exuberant, but tonight he is. So.
And the clock ticks down in the third quarter, and that is the end of 3. And the fans are going wild.
They're going crazy here at Gill Stadium.
29-12, Goffstown going into the fourth quarter. Important Division I matchup here. Battle for the North on the line.
I just feel that this guy, Hugh DeBrule, he's our cameraman, right? There is no doubt in my mind that this guy is like Jeopardy champion, okay? He is. He's one of the smartest people that I know. He has the vocabulary of a dictionary. There's no doubt, right? So in honor of Hugh DeBrule, I'm going to use a biggie, okay?
Wow.
Duval is ubiquitous, right? Is that a fair word? On the football? On everywhere, on the football field. Is that a fair word to say? Ubiquitous.
I would say omnipresent, probably in terms of
Okay. Yeah. Now here's another one. Hold on. Let's talk words. Now, Alan Potvin, my good friend Alan Potvin, is stentorian.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
Undoubtedly.
Stentorian.
Undoubtedly.
And I am rather loquacious.
I can't comment. No, that goes without saying.
All right. There we go.
Indubitably.
Because although I did not get a Goffstown high school education, I kind of got my act together later on. I was not the greatest student. I'm a late bloomer academically.
Those are some great words you're tossing around.
Yeah,
listen,
Hugh DeBrule, I mean, I don't even know half the words this guy does. I mean, he does crossword puzzles in like 2 minutes.
If we were giving you a penny per letter, you'd be walking out a rich man.
It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. Listen, I'm not just saying this as flattery. I mean it sincerely, You got unbelievable vocabulary.
Goffstown lines up at the 15-yard line. They shift again. Trips right. Keith looks back. He fires in the slot. It's intercepted.
This could be trouble.
Feliciano with the pick. We got flags on the run back, but he's going up the sideline. Chance for 57 to catch him. He does not. Putnam runs him out of bounds at the 26-yard line. We'll check the penalties on this. This could be on a block on the run back.
Probably is. But that was a very unusual error on Charlie Keith's part because there really wasn't anybody around on that.
Yeah, that's Dylan Feliciano for Central. Looks like it is coming back. He seems to be, if we're talking about omnipresent on defense, he's the guy that made the play last week to ice the game, in Central's big matchup. Here he is again with kind of a big interception, very clutch play.
Yeah, well, let's be honest here. Goffstown scores a touchdown there. It's pretty much game over.
It is.
Okay?
It is.
Let's be honest. That's game over. And now with that interception, again, it's a 3-score game.
Yeah, they're going to need to score on this drive, Scott,
right.
without
Without
a doubt.
They need to score twice. They need to also get 2-point conversions, things of that nature. So I don't know if their kicking game has issues, but, it's a 17-point game.
So with the penalty.
That was a big turnover for Central. They're going to be pinned back at around their 9-yard line.
Right.
I'm sorry, the 9-yard line.
So they still change possessions here, but they're going to take over deep in their own territory inside the 10-yard line.
So for those of you who have come in late, Central scored on the first play of the game. It was a kickoff return, and then they also put up another 6 on a pass play. And since then, Goffstown has been stingy on the defense.
You got Hockham and Desir in the backfield here. Ace formation. Hockham drops back. He's throwing. He's going to pull it down and run it. We got Pinard in pursuit.
And Handrahan was about to lay some wood on him, and he slid. Yep.
Hockham wisely slides.
Yeah.
Shy of the first down. Going to be 2nd down and 2 yards.
I saw it in Handrahan's body language. He was looking to lay the hammer down, but he slid.
Well, a smart play, to not hit the quarterback in that situation when they slide.
No, I get that.
Don't see a lot of sliding necessarily at a quarterback.
That was a smart play by Hockham, because he would have paid the price on that one. So we got a short one, 2nd and 2 on this.
2nd and 2, trips formation for Central left. Hockham takes the snap. He's passing. Pass over the middle is
great
caught.
Catch. What an awesome catch. It's number 5. I don't know who that is. We don't have the right roster.
Yeah, we don't have a number 5 on the roster.
And I apologize.
That's a fantastic catch.
That was a great catch. Went up in the air and got pummeled and still held on to it. Jake Brown on the hit.
That's the other great thing about being in the fan section is
I wonder if he has like
calls that we miss get made for us.
Nickname or something. The baby Brown.
She's pulling your leg, Scott.
Yeah. All right.
We got trips
Here,
right. I'm going to bail out Jake Brown.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Jake Brown.
They look right. That pass.
Nice cutback.
Is caught. Desir cuts it up. He gains.
But guess who came up with a tackle on that one? Number 52, Jake Brown.
Jake Brown. Joey Poisson also there for the stop for the Grizzlies. It's going to bring up 2nd down. He got brought down just after 3 yards, so it's going to be 2nd down and 7.
Yep.
Still a ways to go here for Central. They better get moving.
That play looked like it was going to materialize, Steve, into something a lot bigger because he had a really nice cutback, and then Brown kind of came out of nowhere to make the tackle.
Yeah, sometimes those receivers don't stay on their blocks on the outside. Hockham has trips left. Desir in the backfield to his right. Ball snapped. Heidenreich's coming. Hockham rolls out right. He throws back to
Great
number
play
5.
by Brown.
Good
he held on
up.
to his leg. So Baby made the play on that one.
12-yard gain on the play.
It's a 1st down, but that could have been trouble if Jake Brown does not grab his leg. Big play. So we got about 9 minutes and 15 seconds left in the game. Goffstown has a 17-point lead, 29-12 over Central. Central is driving down the field. They're at their 43-yard line.
Hockham and Desir in the backfield. Trips left again for Central. Drops back. Hockham takes it. He pulls it down. He's going to gain about 6 yards. Takes a hit there from Handrahan. 7-yard gain on the play.
And Heidenreich came. I tell you, he probably ran 50 yards on that play to make that tackle. So you have Connor Bork just entered the stands. A former state champion in many things, wrestling, football, you name it.
One of the things surprising here,
Surprised
Central
he
taking
wasn't
a
a bocce
long time
champion.
to get to the line.
Yeah, it is surprising they're taking up a lot of time here.
They are driving, and they're driving with success, but they're taking a long time in doing it. Hockham drops back. They're coming.
Jake Brown is pursuing.
Hockham eludes.
Poisson.
Good angle by Poisson.
Yeah, so Poisson did a good job. I
Pulls
think
up there.
I think he got the first down, though.
It looks like they're spotting the official here on the near sideline.
He's got a first down. So the clock is going to stop while they move the chains. Well, it should stop because the referee is asking for the clock to stop. They're going to have to put more time on the clock. I think about 5 seconds ran off when it shouldn't have.
Right now, if you're Central, you want every second that you got.
I'm surprised that they're not fixing the clock because it should be 7 minutes and 54 seconds.
Ryan Ray is talking to the official right now about adjusting the clock.
Yeah, I think it should be 7:54, but then again, who am I?
Coach Ray has the voice to get up to the box. I'm sure if he wants to make it, yes, okay, he got it done. I'm sure he'd like more than 75 seconds, though.
He got 10 seconds. Very generous.
We just have a misplaced decimal right now on the clock, so we're sorting that out. Technical difficulties. But here we are in the fourth quarter. Goffstown up 29-12. Both teams, all timeouts left.
This crew has done a good job. I have to say, I've watched a lot of games this year, and they've done a pretty good job tonight.
Great game all around. Great atmosphere here at Gill Stadium. Great, especially visiting section of fans in terms of enthusiasm.
I don't know why the clock isn't going now.
Hockham drops. Desir in the backfield, leaks out late. They got a screen set up for him. He falls down.
He tripped over his own man.
He did. Those blockers got out a little bit late, but he falls down. No gain on the play, and the clock is running.
Now, why didn't the clock keep going? I mean, they adjusted it to 7:59, but then it was a first down. Did he go out of bounds?
He went out of bounds.
On the play. Okay, all right.
Yep. Yeah, he was pushed out of bounds.
That's right. He got
Poisson.
pushed out of bounds. Okay, so it's 7.5 minutes left in the game, and let's face it, Central must score here. They have to score, so they're going to be going for it. It's fourth down territory from here on out for Central.
Hockham's got trips right. Gilmet to the top, isolated.
They're bringing a blitz.
Hockham having a rollout, scramble again.
They lost containment on him. And Cuddy, pretty quick guy for a lineman. And it looks like he was going to pick up he picked up 4 yards, but they lost a little contain on him.
Well, and I mean, right now, Central's not blocking anybody either. I mean, Goffstown's rushing 4, and they're getting 4 to the quarterback, it seems, every single time.
Which makes it harder, because Holcomb, if he doesn't have that quick throw, it's going to be difficult for him to, be running for his life and then throwing the ball.
Right. He looks like he's a little bit more proficient throwing these short throws over the middle of the field. They have not found Jeremiah Rivera at all, really, in this second half. So look for them to target him here. Hockham.
3rd and 6.
Trips left. Looks left. Rivera.
He misses that one.
Incomplete in the flat.
All right, so here it is, folks. And typically this is when the Goffstown fans get crazy. It's a 4th down and 6. They usually stamp their feet. Defense. Flags are going. So let's see what happens here. What? No, yeah. I don't hear the cowbells are out. Got to make it a little bit louder. I can't hear up here.
We have a fever for more cowbell.
So we want more cowbells. It's good for the GTV acoustics. So we want more cowbell, please. More cowbell. Excellent. More cowbell. Excellent. And here we go. A big 4th down and 6 for Goffstown.
Hockham is all by himself. Empty backfield. Rivera shifts back over here to the right side. Trips left.
Here comes the
blitz.
They're blitzing.
They're blitzing hard. They don't get there, but it's almost intercepted.
And that's
going to be a turnover on downs.
But you don't need the interception because you're going to get the ball back
better field
under
position
7 minutes. So it looks like the cowbell worked for Goffstown.
Must have been the cowbell.
It definitely was the cowbell. You know what? I'm a firm believer in that.
If it's not the shoes, it's the cowbell.
Yeah.
All right, so that's a first down for Goffstown. They'll take over here on the 42-yard line.
And again, aside from that one touchdown, Goffstown's defense has held Central, which is a potent offense, to only 1 touchdown. Special teams give up a touchdown as well.
Nervy moments when you give up a score on the first play of the game. Jeremiah Rivera brings one to the house, but they've recovered, and the defense has definitely done its job. Now we have 2 in the backfield, along with Charlie Keith. Josh Juneau, Cam Duval to the left.
The us motion on Goffstown.
Yes.
Yep. That'll be a 1st and 15. I think Juneau. Was it Juneau who went early? I mean,
yeah, you had some definitely leaning going on in the backfield. Not supposed to be going forward before the snap. Oh, it's on the defensive side.
Way.
Okay.
That's surprising. I thought that was on us.
Maybe some neutral zone infraction that bails out the motion in the backfield.
All right, we'll take it. 1st and 5.
Goffstown's probably in start to run out the clock, bleed the clock mode right now. We've got 3 in the backfield. Charlie Keith lines up. That's Juneau on the carry. He stopped in the backfield.
He lost 2. He lost, 1. They're going to give him forward progress. He'll lose about a yard. It'll be a 2nd down and 6.
Goes from 1st and 5 to 2nd down and 6. But the clock is running, and that is the whole point, right? You just want that clock running.
You know whose name we have not called tonight? You're saying, Scott, whose name have we not called?
Scott, whose name have we not called yet tonight?
Eric Lefebvre. The punter has not punted.
That's a very good.
He did, but it was like that flub thing where, right? And then he kicked it, like I caught it, but we really haven't seen Eric.
It was a rugby
it was a
style
rugby
punt.
thing, right? But we've only had 1 punt.
Keith in the backfield. Juneau to the right, Duval to the left. They shift. Empty backfield. Duval motions right. Charlie Keith keeps the ball up the middle. He's taken the ball for 17 yards across midfield for a 1st down. That's a big play right there.
Yeah, that kills another. You got to look at it. I mean, if they run the ball, that kills another 2 minutes. You know.
And, they found something here. Coach Huft and the offense, they found something here in the middle of the Central defense.
Yeah.
Every time they motion Duval, that keep is gone for 10 yards plus.
Right, because they're keying on him. And it's like we said, Justin Huft is the guy who makes adjustments at halftime. And what he did was he started to put Duval in the backfield.
Keith takes the snap. It's Juneau up the middle.
Yeah, he picks
2,
up 3
yards.
Yeah, exactly, good yards.
Tough sledding in the middle of that Central defense.
Let's hear it for the Central band. Doing a really nice job tonight, I must say.
Great at halftime.
Yeah.
Van Halen, anytime a marching band can play Van Halen, you got to be impressed with that. No guitar either on that.
I know. I'm waiting for Guns N' Roses for a halftime
they
show.
They did play GNR.
Yeah,
they did.
They
yes.
did? All right. So my buddy went to see a Guns N' Roses concert. He said Axl Rose is sang like 33 songs, but he's kind of lost his voice a bit,
Charlie
Expected.
Keith. Always, the mercurial, there's a word for you, mercurial Axl Rose.
And that was
Carter Chenard on the carry
he
there.
gets a carry. So now we're under 5 minutes to play very, very long 3rd down and 9.
You're going to go, on the other side of that, 3rd and 11 here, Scott.
Yeah, okay, 3rd and 11. So it'll be interesting to see what Goffstown does here if they run the ball again. I suspect they will, right? I mean,
keep that clock tick, tick, tick.
But
right?
Justin Huft is so unconventional in terms of trying to predict what he's going to do. Here's a guy who goes for like 4th down and 2 on his
and takes safety.
Hand off to Poisson, and Poisson breaks it.
Ooh, he's close to 1st down yardage. He's got it. Wow. 3rd and 11. Poisson takes it for 12. And that right there is that.
That'll do it.
That's pretty much it. You got 4 downs here, 17-point game.
So when Joey Poisson's mom takes him to Dairy Queen after the game, man, he's going to get like a banana split, like extra hot fudge.
Well,
tonight.
that's only 1 touchdown, though,
what?
Scott. So
what? Creamland. Well, actually, we're right next to Gill, so it's Creamland.
Keith in the backfield, double back set. They don't shift out. He's going to keep it.
He fell. He just
slips
tripped
down at the 29-yard line.
So, Steven, in high school football, you just fall down and you hit your knee. You're done. There's no.
That's
right,
it.
Yeah. And
Nobody's got to touch you.
They do that for safety reasons, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, that's safety. It's also the college rule as well.
Okay.
So, high school pretty much does mirror college rules.
So only in the NFL you could get back up if you're not touched and keep going. Yeah.
Right. And that, again, safety concerns on that. You don't necessarily want somebody taking a hit while they're down.
Yeah.
So Charlie Keith in the backfield again, bleeding out the clock here. 3 minutes to go. Ball's handed off there. Juneau picks his way up north-south. 4-yard carry there. He's brought down.
They almost had to, carry him out on that one. It was kind of, one guy had him up high. The guy picked up his legs.
Yeah, 72 in the middle of the central defense there, Justice Brady, but it took a long time to get Juneau down.
Yeah. So what do we got? A 3rd down and 5. 3rd down and 6, they're saying.
3rd and 6, 2:30 on the clock. Heidenreich off for a little bit of a breather here. Goffstown still taking time off the clock.
They'll probably wait till the ref puts his hand up, which he does.
Keith keeps it, and he's still going too. He's got 4 or 5 guys on him.
He got down to about the 20-yard line, so he's about 3 yards shy, 2 yards shy of the first down. 4th down and 2, under 2 minutes to go. I wonder if they'll kick a field goal here, which will make it a 20-point game, although it doesn't really give you much,
Yeah, this is tough field position in terms of what you should do. It's too really short to punt it, but then if you take a knee here, the clock stops immediately for a turnover on down. So you want to bleed the clock as much as possible and then probably try to pick up that first down so you can just take a knee.
Yeah, you're right. If they get a first down here, if they're fortunate enough to do that, then you're right. This game is over. They take knees and everybody goes home.
I think Juneau got it.
Yeah, I think he did.
He takes it up the middle. He got at least a yard. I think he got the 2 that he needed.
He did.
And
that's a first down for Goffstown, and that's the game, folks. Goffstown can pretty much, unless Central takes a knee, calls timeouts, which I don't understand why you would do that being down 17 points. It's just a matter of
no timeouts here for Central. I think Coach Ray knows.
Yeah,
that lady has sung.
All right,
they're in victory formation here.
So almost a minute left, and that's one
knee down right there.
So Goffstown's going to come away with a 29-12 victory, 17-point differential. A tough-fought game. I mean, the score says one thing, but we know, Steve, that first half was not easy for Goffstown. Typical Central, making life difficult.
Absolutely, especially in their house, in this place, in Gill Stadium, Friday the 13th. You just never know what's going to happen.
So next week is homecoming. It's against Spalding. And we play Spalding and Memorial to finish up the season. And both teams, I think they might have one win between the two of them. So you'll expect to see Goffstown start their starters, but then probably don't play them the whole game.
That is the hope. You know, on the other hand, though, Memorial, when they started their season, gave Central a tough game.
Yeah.
So, you know, depends on what guys they have coming back. You got to play to the end of the season.
Yeah. So that'll do it here from Gill Stadium. Steve, I want to thank you for helping out again, and you, DeBrule, and all the fans. Kevin Haro is also here, and Parker, who's doing some sideline work for us. So on behalf of Goffstown Television, Goffstown wins over Central 29-12, and we'll see you next week against Spalding. Take care.